The Suit Club, the new fragrance by Scalpers.
Hey, what's good, guys? Matty's back. Bottles come in. A few people were interested to hear about this one. Obviously, I'm pretty curious to get my nose on it. It is the Sweet Club, or the Suit Club. In the video, they say the Suit Club, but I mean, it's spelled sweet as far as I can see. So, Scalpers, Sweet Club. It's our first release of 2025 from Jean-Christophe. There's another perfumer credited for this one as well. It's actually their third perfume as a sort of collaborative duo. We've got Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense. I haven't spoke about this one yet, but you're going to hear about this one. I really enjoy this. Very, very good for a designer perfume. And they have another one by this brand as well. It's called Her and Here. Very nice scent. I've got a bottle of that one kicking about somewhere, just a small size bottle. For its price, it's really, really good. So another Scalpers, this time on the masculine side. Very excited to smell this. If it's anything like as good as the Her and Here that that Jean-Christophe and Delphine did for this brand, it's going to be awesome. So we got the bottle in from Spain. This is the official unboxing. I don't normally do an unboxing. I'm a bit eager to, or I've got a sample, but this time straight up unboxing. Cellophane off. Here we go. So I've ordered the 75ml size. So this fragrance comes in a 75 and 125ml size. It's getting to the point where I don't really need to get the big size, even though the value is superior. Sometimes I like the little sort of handheld bottle. This is a really cute bottle. You can see it fits in the hand nicely. It's got the little green wooden cap. If you guys seen promotional material for this fragrance, I've played a little video before this one starts. They've got a little trailer and stuff they put together for it. Yeah, it's sort of got a fun sort of comedic thing going on with the promotional material. I really like it. Part of the reason why I wanted to try the scent is because I just like the whole vibe of it. Here's the bottle. The bottles are very high quality. Again, for a sort of a fairly cheapish designer scent. This is great presentation. It even clicks on as well. It clicks on. It's got the skull and crossbones thing for the brand. It's even got the skull and crossbones on the top of the cap. You can just about sort of make that out. So it's got a little green wooden cap that clicks on. It also reveals the sort of top of the lid. Yeah, here it is, Scalpers. So price of this one, it's available in the European market. I don't think you guys can get it in America too easily if you're in America. This cost me £27 for 75ml, plus £5 postage for the price for the site that did it. I think the 125ml would have cost me about £37. So much better value to buy the bigger size, but I like the sort of 75ml, and I'm glad I got it because it's very nice in the hand, this size. Very, very nice bottle. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love this bottle. So yeah, we're going to spray it and give you first impression. So the notes, we've got top notes: lemon, watery fruits, cardamom. Heart notes: geranium, iris, sage. Base notes: cistus, moss, patchouli. So based on those notes, we've got sort of maybe a slightly sort of aromatic citrus with a sort of greenish base. Not really much you can gather from those notes, but the watery fruits are called, listed on the top note. Knowing Jean-Christophe is in here, very excited to see if we get anything sort of unique or juicy, or that's sort of why we really follow his perfumes on the sort of fresh side. We like his sort of use of fruity accords and juicy citrus. And embroxin, obviously. No embroxin in the notes, but pretty much every perfume he makes has embroxin in it, whether it's on the notes or not. So we're going to give you the legit Matty's first impressions. I know a few people were eager to sort of know, if this was any good or not. World exclusive, first time someone in English, because there is a Spanish video on this already, but hit you with the first English review on this. Let's give it a pop. All right, here we go. Nice sprayer. Yeah, really nice, really nice. It's fairly generic smelling. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a super unique scent off the bat, but it's very pleasant. yeah, I'm getting that sort of generic designer sort of accord in a way that's like it's maybe a little more fresh, a little more juicy than the typical one. But let's give it another spray. Yeah, nice opening. You got the citruses, some aromatics. There's this sort of central accord here. Maybe it's to do with the sort of base, the sage. I think the sage is the sage geranium. It gives you that sort of accord that you get in a lot of other scents in this style that are sort of designer fresh scents. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad one. But it's not one that I'm smelling and saying this is unique. This is sort of anything kind of particularly special. Yeah. Definitely has a juiciness to it. But it's not... It's, yeah, you can tell straight away I'm not sort of like... It's not giving me that, the you know, the tingles, the Hérault vibes that we get from some of his other fragrances. Let's keep going. A little bit of greenness to it. Definitely leans into the sort of green. Yeah, sort of. There's sort of. Yeah, there's nothing too distinctive about this fragrance that I can sort of pinpoint and say, okay, this is where this one differs. But it has a nice greenness. It has a nice aromatic middle, and does it have a watery? Do I get the watery fruits? What's described as watery fruits? I get that this is a refreshing fragrance. This is not really unique enough for what I would you know consider to be truly, you know, worthwhile in my like rotational collection. But as always, I'm glad I tried it. It's not an expensive fragrance. I can just, you know, I probably won't. I probably just give this to somebody, to be honest. But I like it. It does have a nice sort of. Maybe we'll get more from it as we sort of, you know, explore the scent. But on first impression, I'm not saying rush out and buy this unless you just want a sort of something that's functional, that's cheap, that smells sort of quality within a sort of genre of scents where they all have like somewhat of a similar scent profile. Yeah, it's definitely pleasant. But it's, yeah, if you smell, you know, scents at this sort of, in this sort of price bracket, designer scents that have somewhat similar notes to this, I think you would smell something that's along these lines. And it pains me to say that because we like, you know, Hérault has many fragrances on the lower end which are exceptional. You're going to find out about a couple of those soon that I really sort of have highlighted as the top, you know, his best ones. We've got a top 10 list coming. If anyone's interested in that, I've sort of compiled and sort of thought about a top 10 Jean-Christophe Hérault, you know, list. I could do it, to be fair, I could do a top 20. I've got enough of his things that I could sort of compile a top 20. But the top 10 is really the ones that I feel like we need to bring attention to. Some of them that may be a bit sort of slept on and stuff. The top ones aren't going to surprise anybody. Maybe what's number one might come as a surprise because it's not the one you think it might be. But yeah, this one's okay. It's sort of refreshing. Yeah, it leans maybe sort of marginally more mature because of the greenness. There is a distinctly like green, earthy tone sort of toward the middle and the base, which is not surprising looking at the notes. But the citruses aren't really blowing my mind, to be honest. Yeah, nothing about this fragrance is screaming to me like, you know, like, yeah, I won't talk about the other ones, but there's other ones he's done that on a much lower end. Even the one that I described before, the Lacoste, which he made with the same perfumer. This one's more unique. This one's really good. I won't sort of praise this one too heavily right now, but if you haven't got your nose on this one's really, really awesome. Super wearable, unique. It has a unique note in it which you really pick up. It's awesome. But this one, the Sweet Club, is just okay. First impression. Definitely has a nice sort of... it's nicely constructed. It's well blended. It doesn't smell excessively synthetic considering the scent profile. I'm not going to force myself to say that I love this. I don't love this. I think it's just okay. Okay to good. If you want something that's like this, just sort of I won't say generic smelling, but just sort of mass appealing and easy to like. It does that style in a nice way, but you know, you have to sort of want something that's sort of like that in the first place. If you guys have seen what I've been the scents I've been talking about, the things I've been praising, we don't really need something like this, to be fair. But nonetheless, here it is. We're smelling them. So there you go. That's the first impression on the Sweet Club. It has a nice depth. It definitely has a nice depth to it. This isn't one that I feel like the performance on this is going to be pretty good. They've got some stuff in here that really is pushing the scent. Yeah, got a very sort of nice, dense, that greenness that comes through. It's quite substantial. It's not. Yeah, it's got a nice depth to it. Definitely could do a heck of a lot worse if you want to spend 30 quid or equivalent on a sort of a daily designer scent. This is okay. This is nice, but it's just not hitting with me. You might. So there was somebody who said they wanted to see me do a bad review on one of Jean-Christophe's scents. The ones that I really don't enjoy, I'm not going to be talking about. But this one will go on the pile of it's just okay. It's just a little bit generic. There's obviously slightly sort of nice touches in it, but they're nothing that sort of elevate the scent for me. So there's your first impression of Scalpers, the Sweet Club. The marketing for this is brilliant. The marketing's awesome. It's just a shame the scent doesn't do anything particularly sort of original for me. But you know, maybe give it a try. Maybe blind buy it if you fancy something that's just. The bottle's beautiful as well. The presentation's lovely. I love this presentation. This bottle is really attractive. Yeah, the Scalpers as a brand doing really good things. It's just this fragrance is not. Yeah, it's not quite refreshing enough. I thought it might be the watery fruits. I thought that might be more. Give me more of a sort of a juiciness. Definitely has a bit of a juiciness, but then it's straight into that middle section, which is a little more just sort of normal smelling. Reminds me of scents that I just sort of just shrug at really, because they're just all smelling the same. So there you go. That's my first impression of Scalpers the Sweet Club. We'll leave you there with that. Coming up next, we've got I've got Secret de Musc. I've got the bottle, but what I might do, because I said at the top 10 Jean-Christophe perfumes list, it's gonna be in that. So I'll just comment on it there. I think I don't need to do a full review of that. I don't think. Just to say that I really enjoy wearing it. It's really nice. It's not the top of the ones I enjoy from him, but it's very refined. It's very beautiful. It's super functional. It performs. It projects. It's one that you can. It's one that's I think for my style. It's very versatile, very wearable. So we've got the Musk, the Secret de Musc, and the new Jack Fath, which is, you guys might have seen. I've posted some things about this. It's coming out later in the year. It's got rave reviews. Everyone who's smelled it so far says it's phenomenal. It's another musk-based scent. This it sounds like it might lean feminine, but you never know. It might just be totally unisex. It's got notes including red banana and cherry and a clean closer chord. It has these sort of unique combination of notes. It sounds awesome. They've actually done a pre-order as well, so if you pre-order it, you'll get it before most people, or before the wider release. So you'll be seeing me sort of get the bottle ASAP as soon as they come out. And we'll talk about that one later in the year. But that's all that's sort of on the chopping block at the moment. We got the top 10 list. We've got Musc Couture, which we're not going to get for several months yet. And then hopefully Balchard. We got some more stuff going on with Balchard, because not to give too much away, but the Amour Citron that I reviewed previously, this one is just on a whole other level for me. It's absolutely amazing. My opinion of this sort of and the experience, because I've been wearing it, I've been using it, I can sort of go more into depth of what I get from it and sort of how good it is. But it's only elevated my my opinion of that. So the Jean-Christophe Balchard stuff is is easily the best stuff that he's come up with in recent times. And the Jack Fath is probably closely sort of trailing. And maybe Muscature will be his sort of big, masterpiece for them. It might be the one, because the comments on it so far have been that it's phenomenal. It's like blowing the Chanel sort of style out the water with the sort of banana accord and cleanness and elegance of it. So Muscature, put that on your radar. That's the most exciting thing we can look forward to at the moment. Sorry to go on a tangent, but the Sweet Club is the Sweet Club. It's not particularly sweet as a sort of creative thing. It's just okay. Good, maybe good, better than what most people are using at sort of this price bracket. But there's other ones. Like I said, there's a few other ones. If you do want to get a budget scent that's still got a sort of an originality to it, that's well blended, that's relatively natural smelling, super fresh, there's probably 3 perfumes he's done, which I can zoom in on, that would fulfill that criteria. 3 main ones, and you'll find 2 in the top 10 list, which I would easily go for over this. Ones that you really should own, I think, if you want nice sort of daily drivers, just sort of things to freshen you up. So yeah, we'll leave you there. Thanks for watching, guys. The Sweet Club, just a shame that the scent doesn't sort of hit the sort of how good the sort of bottle and marketing and all the sort of stuff around it is. I think they could have done something a little more unique, but I'm not necessarily sort of pointing the finger and saying this is a dud from Jean-Christophe. This is probably something they wanted. They probably said they want this sort of scent to smell like this. He's given them it. It's exactly what they want, but it's just not something that he's had the reins on to do something that's more his style. If you get what I mean, there's less of his style coming through in this. Obviously, you have the other perfumer working with him too, but I feel like there's less of him in this than there is in the Lacoste and the other Scalpers one that they did together. So there's the Sweet Club. Rating out of 10, maybe we give it a 6 or something. I don't know. I'm not that excited by this, like I said, but they can't always be they can't always be amazing, unfortunately. And it's not bad. It's just not great. That's all. And my bar for what's good is like up here somewhere in the sky. So for most people, they're probably going to think this is great, but what we're looking for is original, refined. If we get that on a designer scent, it's a miracle, really. So this is just not a miracle. It's just sort of run of the mill sort of thing. Maybe it's a little bit better because of the sort of the blending of it. It's got pleasant enough dry down. Now it's settling down. It's nice enough. A little bit green and generic. Not really my style. Not that I don't like green scents, but the way the greenness is done in here, not really giving me sort of it's not really sort of an uplifting green smell. It's just more of a sort of, it's there in the base, just sort of like kind of flat. So yeah, the Sweet Club, and we'll see you on the next one.